Tragedy unfolded for two Minnesota lawmakers and their families. We continue to follow the latest of what Governor Tim Walz has called from the very start a politically motivated assassination of Speaker Emeritus Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark, along with the attempted assassination of State Senator John Hoffman and his wife. Here's a timeline of how this first day yesterday unfolded. It all started around 2 o'clock Saturday morning when a 911 call was made in Champlin. Police responded to Senator John Hoffman's home and found he and his wife Yvette had been shot. Both were rushed to the hospital and underwent surgery. Then about an hour and a half later, Brooklyn Park Police proactively went to check on Representative Melissa Hortman's home. There they found a man dressed as an officer with a fake police vehicle. The suspect shot at officers and ran away. By 5:30 a.m., a shelter-in-place alert was sent out by Brooklyn Park Police telling anyone within a 3-mile radius of the Edinburgh Golf Course to stay in their homes. At about 6 o'clock Saturday morning, the suspect stopped by a home near 49th and Fremont in Minneapolis, where residents say he rented a room. Security cameras capturing new images of the suspect dressed in casual clothing with a cowboy hat.
We're here today because an unspeakable tragedy has unfolded in Minnesota.
At 9:45, Governor Tim Walz announced that Representative Hortman and her husband Mark were both killed in what he's calling a politically motivated assassination. At 11 o'clock, authorities and the governor urging people to not attend any scheduled rallies until after the suspect is in custody. An hour and a half later, officials in Champlin said there was no current threat to the public. Then by 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon, the Associated Press identified the suspect as 57-year-old Vance Luther Belter. The scene at the Hoffman's home in Champlin was cleared by 1:30. Around 1:45, the Minneapolis home where Belter rented a room was searched by investigators. Then by 3 p.m., authorities confirmed Belter as a suspect in the case and asked for the public's help in locating him. At 3:20, nearly 12 hours after officers first encountered Belter, Brooklyn Park authorities lifted the shelter-in-place order, believing he is out of that immediate area around the Hortman home. At 3:50, the Hennepin County Medical Examiner confirms both Melissa and Mark Hortman died of multiple gunshot wounds. It was around 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon the FBI announced a $50,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of Belter. By 9 p.m. Saturday night, family members confirm Yvette Hoffman is awake and alert. More than 32 hours.
Now, that's the usual suspect. No one is really running this story like this. And they're saying it's a politically motivated assassination. He was a Trump supporter. They put that out there. I seen somewhere where he was also a preacher, a Christian. Oh, that's a surprise. That's a surprise. A Christian taking the life of someone. America is built off of Christianity, and they had slaves. They had chattel slaves. Not a surprise at all. But this is who you got to profile. You know what I mean? This is, what does they say? I think the metric is white men between the ages of like 18 and 60. Well, he fell right in that statistic, in that category. And of course, it's politically motivated. So, this is looked at like it could have also been a hit. It could also be that. But this is the level of hatred and words that are how can I say, when it comes to Democrats and Republicans, this is the level of hatred they be having between one another. Those words that they throw at one another, those insults that they throw at one another. And it's crazy because it's like they are so in tune and locked in, like white Democrats and like white Republicans, is that when there's an issue like this, they saying, oh, he was a Democrat. They don't even see that he's white. You know what I'm saying? Like black people, like we looking like he's white, or we knew he wasn't a black person. They like that don't even matter. He's a Democrat. Gonna find out he's a Republican. Democrats and Republicans is like Crips and Bloods. If you didn't know, that's what it's like. It's like Crips and Bloods. You know what I mean? People forget that they had a civil war. You know what I mean? People forget that, that's where it will go with these people. They will literally stalk you, find out where you live, and take you out.